Hello students, in this class we can study about new chapter considered as P block elements. This is very most important chapter, carries nearly 10 marks. 10 marks. It is in first main 1 question and in third main 3 marks questions, 3 questions. Totally this chapter weightage is of 10 marks. Follow this chapter word to word in detail, word to word. This will useful for both your board exam as well as your competitive exam. In first PUC, we are studied about the P block elements, that is periodic table. The periodic table from the 13th group to 18th group elements. 13th group to 18th group elements were commonly called as an P block elements. P block elements, group number 13 to 18. Those elements were commonly called as an P block element. The P block elements, they may be either metals, non-metals, or maybe of the metalloids. These P block elements general configuration, it is given by the formula NS2NP126. This is a general configuration, electronic configuration. In first year syllabus already we are discussed about 13th and 14th group elements. 13th and the 14th group element. In the second year syllabus, we have to discuss from the 15th to 18th group. That is 15th group element, 16th, 17th and 18th group elements. First, you consider the 15th group elements. 15th group elements. 15th group, it is also called as an 5A group elements. 5A group element. 15th group element or 5A group element. The 15th group elements are mainly nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic symbol is AS, antimony symbol is SB, and bismuth Bi. 15th group elements are namely nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These elements, these 5 elements, they are commonly called as the 15th group elements. Next, you consider the occurrence of the 15th group element. This nitrogen occurs as the molecular nitrogen, means N2. Nitrogen occurs as molecular nitrogen in the atmosphere. That molecular nitrogen, dinitrogen, present in the atmosphere consisting of the 78% by volume of the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, totally 78% generally consisting of the dinitrogen. Then, in the earth crust, it occurs as nitrogen occurs as sodium nitrate, NaNO3. This is commonly called as the Chile saltpetrate. Sodium nitrate is called as the Chile saltpetrate. And potassium nitrate, it is called Indian saltpetrate. That is, in the earth crust, it occurs as sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. Sodium nitrate is called as the Chile salt petrate and potassium nitrate is called as Indian salt petrate. It also occurs in plants and animals. Nitrogen also present in plants and animals in the form of the proteins. In the form of the proteins, this nitrogen present in plants and animals. This is about the occurrence of the nitrogen. One is in the atmosphere, it present as a molecular nitrogen consisting of 78% by volume of the atmosphere. In the earth crust, it exists as sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate. Sodium nitrate is called Chile salt petrate. Potassium nitrate is called Indian salt petrate. In plants and animals, it present in the form of the proteins. Then you consider the phosphorus. That phosphorus mainly present in the minerals of apatite. Apatite minerals. In the minerals of the apatite. Apatite formula is Ca9PO4 6CaX2. This is the apatite. They are the main components of these apatites are the main components of the phosphate rock. Phosphate rock. That phosphate rocks mainly consisting of the apatites. Apatite formula is Ca9PO4 6CaX2. If you replace X by the fluorine, X2 equals to F2, that is Ca9PO4 6CaF2, then it is called fluorapatite. Fluorapatite. X2 replaced by the F2, then it is called fluorapatite, or X2 as the Cl2. Then it is called chlorapatite. Fluorapatite formula is Ca9PO4 6CaF2. Chlorapatite formula is Ca9PO4 6CaCl2. These are commonly called as the minerals of the apatite. They are the main components of the phosphate rocks. Phosphorus also present in bones. Phosphorus present in bones as well as in living cells. These phosphoproteins, they mainly present in milk and egg. This is the occurrence of the phosphorus. Phosphorus mainly present in the minerals of the apatite. Apatite formula is Ca9PO4 6CaX2. X2 equal to F2, then it is called fluorapatite. X2 equal to Cl2, then it is called chlorapatite. These apatites are the main components of the phosphate rock. This phosphorus also present in bones of the living organisms and also present in phosphoproteins, in the form of the phosphoproteins in milk and egg. Then other arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Arsenic, antimony and bismuth, they are present as the sulfide ores. That arsenic, antimony and bismuth, they are present as the sulfide ores. This is about occurrence of the 15th group element. Then we can study other general properties. Next we can study about the general properties of the 15th group elements. Among them, first one is the electronic configuration. This is the electronic configuration of the 15th group element, nitrogen. atomic number 7. Configuration is helium 2s2 2p3. Phosphorus atomic number is 15. Configuration is neon 3s2 3p3. Arsenic atomic number is 33. Configuration is argon 3d10 4s2 4p3. Up to argon 18 electrons. Then later next we can consider the other configurations. Then antimony 51. Krypton up to krypton becomes a 36. The remaining electrons are 4d10 5s2 5p3. Then bismuth 83. Configuration is xenon up to xenon 54. Then remaining 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p3. You observe these are the configurations. Then by using these configurations, the general electronic configuration of 15th group elements is given by noble gas core. First we are considering the noble gas core, then NS2 NP3. This is the general configuration, noble gas NS2 NP3. You observe this general configuration. This configuration is characterized by the completely filled s orbital. A s subshell can accommodate maximum of the 2 electrons. Hence it is completely filled s orbital. And p subshell can accommodate maximum of the 6 electron. But 15th group elements contains only 3. It is called as an off-filled. That is, 15th group element configuration is characterized by completely filled s orbital and off-filled p orbital. Hence, 15th group elements, they are said to be the highly stable. 15th group elements are highly stable in nature. Why they are highly stable in nature means due to the presence of completely filled s orbital and off-filled p orbital. Hence 15th group elements, they are highly stable in nature. Then you observe one most important point. This is the nitrogen. Nitrogen outermost shell, nth shell is the 2. That is principal quantum number n equals to 2 only. If n equals to 2, then in first year syllabus we have studied about the L values. L can take the values of 0, 1 only. If L equal to 0, that contains s orbital, s subshell. L equals to 1 means p subshell. That means this nitrogen atom not contains the vacant d orbital. This is very most important for the anomalous properties of nitrogen. Nitrogen not provides the vacant d orbital. We cannot write here as the 2d0. D subshell not present for the second energy level. It starts only from the third energy level. You observe the phosphorus. For the phosphorus, n equals to 3. N equals to 3 means L values are 0, 1 and 2. L equal to 0 means yes, then 1 means P means D. That means for the phosphorus we can write 3D0, but not for the nitrogen. This is very most important. Nitrogen not provides the vacant d orbital. Why it not provides the vacant d orbital means the valence shell of the nitrogen is, that is n value is equal to 2. It can contain only s subshell and p subshell. This is very most important. Based on this one, the general electronic configuration is given by noble gas core NS2 NP3. It has completely filled s orbital and off-filled p orbital. Next we consider other properties like atomic and ionic radius. Second one is atomic and ionic radius. We know that down the group It is when we move from top to bottom in the periodic table that atomic size, atomic radius, atomic and ionic radius increases. Already we have studied in the periodic table. Down the group, atomic and ionic radius increases. Here in the 15th group elements also, from nitrogen to bismuth, there is an increase in the atomic and ionic radius. But if you observe the values, there is a large increase in the atomic radius or atomic size from nitrogen to phosphorus. From nitrogen to phosphorus, there is a large increase, considerable increase in size from nitrogen to phosphorus, and increase is small from arsenic to bismuth. When we move from arsenic to bismuth, the increase is very small. But from nitrogen to phosphorus, there is a large increase in the atomic size. Why this happens means from arsenic to bismuth, that D and F orbitals are completely filled. They are completely filled. D and F orbitals are completely filled in arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These completely filled D and F orbitals, they causes the poor shielding. Shielding effect in the D and F orbitals is very small. Hence, there is a small increase in atomic size from arsenic to bismuth. You have to follow for each and every reason also, because in this P block generally they can consider for the 1 mark splitting questions, majority cases they can consider the reason point only. In that one you can lose the marks. Hence you have to follow each and every point. Why there is a small increase in size from arsenic to bismuth means that arsenic to bismuth, D and F orbitals are completely filled. These completely filled D and F orbitals are causes the poor shielding effect. Poor shielding effect is about the atomic and ionic radius. Next we can consider the ionization enthalpy. When we move from nitrogen to bismuth, that is down the group, this ionization enthalpy, ionization energy or ionization potential, you can use any word, ionization enthalpy, energy or potential. That ionization potential value, when we move from nitrogen to bismuth, it gets decreases. Why ionization potential decreases from nitrogen to bismuth means main reason is atomic size increases. Atomic size increases. Then due to more stability, extra stability of off-filled p orbital, due to extra stability of off-filled p orbital, these 15th group elements, they show very high ionization enthalpy. The ionization enthalpy of the 15th group elements is very high, means due to extra stability of the off-filled p orbital. This is about the ionization enthalpy. Then next property is an electronegativity. This electronegativity value decreases from nitrogen to bismuth. Nitrogen to bismuth, electronegativity decreases due to increase in the atomic size. When we move from nitrogen to bismuth, atomic size increases. Due to increase in the atomic size, this electronegativity value gets decreases. This is about the electronegativity. Next we study about the physical properties. Next one is physical properties. all these 15th group elements, all the 15th group elements, they are polyatomic in nature. They are polyatomic in nature. This nitrogen is diatomic. Nitrogen is diatomic in nature, while phosphorus, arsenic and antimony, they are tetraatomic. They are tetraatomic, that is P4, As4 and Sb4. They are tetraatomic in nature. Nitrogen is diatomic in nature, while other are the tetraatomic. In generally, 15th group elements, they are polyatomic in nature. This dinitrogen is a gas. Among them, this dinitrogen is a gas, while other are the solids. Dinitrogen is only gas, while other are the solids. These nitrogen and phosphorus, they are the non-metals. Nitrogen and phosphorus are the non-metals. Arsenic and antimony are the metalloids, while bismuth, it is the metal. Metalloids means they shows the characters of both metals and the non-metals. Nitrogen and phosphorus are the non-metals. Arsenic and antimony is a metalloid, while bismuth is a metal. This metallic character increases. Metallic character increases down the group. That is from nitrogen to bismuth, metallic character increases due to, why it increases means due to increase in the atomic size and decrease in the ionization enthalpy. Due to increase in atomic size and decrease in ionization enthalpy, metallic character get increases down the group. Then boiling point increases from top to bottom. That boiling points increases from nitrogen to bismuth. Nitrogen to bismuth, boiling point increases, but melting point value increases up to arsenic. And then decreases up to bismuth. This is the variation of the melting point. Boiling point value increases from nitrogen to bismuth. When we move from nitrogen to bismuth, boiling point goes on increases because of the metallic character increases. While if you study the melting point increases only up to arsenic and later decreases up to bismuth. Then among these 15th group elements, except nitrogen, all elements shows the allotropy. Except nitrogen, other element shows the allotropy. But in competitive books, they shows except bismuth, nitrogen also shows the allotropy. In NCERT, according to NCERT textbook, they mention that nitrogen not shows the allotropy. Except nitrogen, other element shows the allotropic nature. But if you observe the competitive books, even nitrogen also shows the allotropy, but bismuth not shows the allotropy. For your board exam, you follow this one. For your competitive exam, nitrogen also shows the allotropy. Only bismuth not shows an allotropic nature. Next, you can study about the oxidation state. The common oxidation states of 15th group elements are -3, +3 and +5. Common oxidation states of 15th group elements are -3, +3 and +5. Then these tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases down the group, decreases from nitrogen to bismuth. Nitrogen to bismuth tendency to exhibit the -3 oxidation state decreases. Why this happens means metallic character increases from nitrogen to bismuth. Nitrogen to bismuth, metallic character increases. Metals means they have tendency to lose the electron. To exhibit this -3, they have to accept the electron. Hence, tendency to exhibit -3 oxidation state decreases from nitrogen to bismuth because of increase in the metallic character. Then, the stability of +5 oxidation state decreases. Stability of the +5 oxidation state decreases, and that of +3 oxidation state increases down the group. Stability of the +5 decreases while +3 oxidation state stability increases. Why this happens means due to that of the inert pair effect. This is most important one. Due to inert pair effect, stability of the +5 oxidation state decreases and stability of the +3 oxidation state increases. That is, inert pair effect means that NH2 electron not involved in the bonding. NH2 electrons, they not participate in the bonding. They becomes inactive. That is called as an inert pair effect. Due to that inert pair effect, stability of the +5 oxidation state decreases and +3 oxidation state stability increases. In BiF5, we are considered that stability of the +5 decreases. Means bismuth not show +5, but in BiF5, bismuth shows an +5 oxidation state. Name the example in which bismuth shows +5 oxidation state. Means in BiF5, bismuth shows the +5 because fluorine is more electronegative. It always shows a -1. From 5 fluorine atom, -5. Then bismuth oxidation state becomes a +5. In BiF5, bismuth exhibit the +5 oxidation state. That is most important. Then you consider that from the in that nitrogen +1 to +4 oxidation state, +1 to +4 oxidation states in nitrogen, they are not stable. They are not stable in nature. They undergo disproportionate. +1 to +4 oxidation states of nitrogen, they are not stable. They undergo disproportionation. Disproportionation means same element undergo both oxidation and reduction. Already we are studied in first year redox chapter. Same element undergo both oxidation and reduction. It is called disproportionation. For example, you take HNO2. In HNO2, oxidation state of nitrogen is of +3. Hydrogen is +1, oxygen from 2 oxygen -4, then nitrogen becomes +3. HNO2 disproportionate into HNO3 and NO. In HNO3, nitrogen oxidation state is of +5 and in NO it is of +2. That is, +1 to +4 oxidation states of nitrogen are unstable. They are not stable. They undergo disproportionation. For example, HNO2 disproportionate into HNO3 and NO. Then similarly, that phosphorus also undergo disproportionation. Into -3 and +5 oxidation states. Always phosphorus disproportionate into -3 and +5. For example, you take H3PO2. H3PO2 oxidation state of phosphorus is from oxygen -4, hydrogen +3, then it becomes +1. H3PO2 disproportionate into H3PO4 and PH3. In H3PO4, oxidation state of phosphorus is here -8, +3 means +5. Here plus 3 means phosphorus is minus 3. That is always phosphorus disproportionate into minus 3 and plus 5 only. Or one more example, you take H3PO3. H3PO3 also disproportionate into H3PO4 and PH3. H3PO3 oxidation state is of minus 6 plus 3 means plus 3. Again it is of plus 5 and minus 3. This is about the oxidation states. Common oxidation states are minus 3, plus 3 and plus 5. Stability of the plus 5 decreases and plus 3 increases due to the top inert pair effect. Then tendency to exhibit minus 3 decreases because of increase in the metallic character. In case of nitrogen, plus 1 to plus 4 are unstable, they undergo disproportionation reaction. Similarly, phosphorus always disproportionate into minus 3 and plus 5. This is about the oxidation state. The next class, we can study about the anomalous properties of the nitrogen.